It's Joe Biden up against Nikki Haley in this 2024 presidential matchup. Today on Political Access, we're going to go through all the states and find a winner. We're going to do this one because Nikki Haley announced she's seeking the GOP nomination. Don't think she's going to get it, but let's pretend she got that nomination. So we're going to quickly go through all the states and we'll talk more about it at the end. So Alaska will be safe over 10 points for Haley. Hawaii will be safe for Biden. Back up to the West Coast, Washington, Oregon, California, safe for Biden. Nevada, leans for Biden. Idaho and Utah, safe for Haley. Arizona, tilt for Haley. Montana, Wyoming, safe for Haley. Colorado, just under 10 points, likely for Biden. New Mexico, that'll be over 5 points, likely for Biden. North and South Dakota, safe for Haley. Nebraska at large, safe for Haley. The 2nd District, that's the bluer district with Omaha, that'll be leans for Biden. Kansas and Oklahoma, safe for Haley. Texas, likely for Haley. Minnesota will be likely for Biden. Iowa will be mid-single digits, likely for Haley. Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana will be safe for Haley. Wisconsin leans for Biden. Illinois, safe for Biden. Michigan leans for Biden. Indiana, safe for Haley. Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, safe for Haley. Florida, leans for Haley. Georgia, tilt for Haley. Her home state of South Carolina, safe for Haley. North Carolina leans for Haley. Let's go up to Ohio. That'll probably be about 5 to 6 points, likely for Haley. West Virginia, safe for Haley. Let's jump up to Maine. At large, that will probably be low double digits, 11 to 13 points for Biden. The 1st District, that'll be safe for Biden. The 2nd District, that's a tough call. I have it as a tilt for Haley. New Hampshire will be about 5 points for Biden. I put it at leans. Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Washington, D.C., all safe for Joe Biden. Pennsylvania, that's going to be about 3 to 5 points, leans for Biden. And finally, the last state is going to be Virginia, and that's going to be likely for Biden. So there's your map, and that comes out to 276 for Biden, 262 for Nikki Haley. So Biden does win this, and there's a couple of different routes you could take on this. You could say that Nikki Haley stands a decent chance because the Republican voters, the independents, some of them that stayed home or were turned off by Donald Trump, they might come back for a more establishment type of figure like Nikki Haley. And maybe that does give her a couple of extra points in some of these states. And you could also say Nikki Haley would be unable to bridge the coalition between the establishment and the Trump voters. Republican turnout would decline, and therefore she would lose states like Arizona. She would lose Georgia. She would lose Michigan, Pennsylvania by 5 or 6 points. Maybe Iowa and Ohio get under 5 points. You could take that route as well. So it's a tough call. I think it does depend on the national environment. It does depend on who their running mate is, and it depends on what the significant issues are at the time. So I don't think Nikki Haley is the weakest candidate. I think she can beat some Democrats, but I don't think her position is really strengthened since she's announced her candidacy. I think a lot of strong and weak Republicans alike have kind of mostly moved past the era that Nikki Haley represents, kind of more so the George Bush era from 15 to 20 years ago. I think a lot of Republican voters are opposed to foreign intervention at this point. They want to go after some cultural issues. They're sick of some of the big corporations getting away with some stuff. They want a more populist type of candidate, and that's not really Nikki Haley. Now, she could change her positions, but I don't think she would get the turnout she needs. Unless, of course, the economy is not doing well at all, then the suburbs, they're going to come out and vote against Joe Biden, and it doesn't matter so much who the Republican nominee is. And also Biden, he could have a scandal. His health could deteriorate. There's plenty that could go wrong on his side. And I know there's some Nikki Haley fans out there, and I'm sure a lot of Republicans would say, hey, she's better than Joe Biden. They're going to vote for her. But when it comes to the critical Rust Belt states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, there I think they would probably stick with the incumbent Joe Biden over Nikki Haley. But Biden is going to have a little bit more working class appeal than Nikki Haley. He's going to talk about health care. He's going to talk about some economic issues that are probably going to resonate more with those types of voters. Nikki Haley is not going to do herself any favors talking up her identity. So I think she would lose this race. But as you can see, it would be close. You could make a case to flip some of these states. You could change the margins in others. Some of my margins are borderline, but I think it's unlikely Nikki Haley would win this matchup. Not impossible, but unlikely. But this is just what I think. Let me know in the comments. How do you think this matchup would go? Is Nikki Haley stronger than I think, or is she weaker than I think? Which margins in which states would you change? Let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will see you on the next video.